Hi guys, welcome to Quarantine Kitchen with Romy Gill. In this series, we are going to show you how to raid your cupboard and make delicious recipes without panic buying in your house with your family, eating and sharing recipes together. Welcome back to my quarantine kitchen. I'm so excited about showing you how to make the red lentil dal because this was a very staple dal growing up in India. So simple, so easy and delicious. And I will also recommend you guys to make it into batches and freeze it because the time we are in, and I just think it's beautiful, it's comforting dish that I grew up eating. So what basically I have here is about 200 grams of red lentils. I have put about 2 liters of water, but we might need to add a little bit more. So turmeric is a base of a lot of Indian curries. So I'm going to put a little bit of turmeric in there, not too much, a little bit of turmeric, and also a pinch of like half a teaspoon of salt in there. So what we're going to do is just going to stir that. See, while growing up in India, my parents didn't have a fridge until I was in GCSEs. It's not because they couldn't afford it. It's because my mum was so particular in cooking dishes that she didn't want to freeze anything and she didn't want to put anything in the fridge. But the times of need now, we have to do it. While it's cooking, I'm going to put this in the agar and show you how to make a perfect paste, because a lot of people make a mistake of doing not the right tarka. So tarka is just a base of any Indian dishes, which people say tarka dal in the restaurants. Actually nothing, it's the dal. So yes, on the top of the agar, we're going to cook that. While that's cooking, I'm going to show you a quick, simple recipe how to make a tarka. So it's all about, again, from the store cupboards, a little bit of oil. If you want to use butter, want to use any kind of oil, just go for it. Go for it. Honestly, don't worry which oil you're using or which butter or ghee you want to use. But also make sure that I have to keep an eye, because agar is the heat is quite different. I have to keep an eye on that at home as well. Great trick is to put like a spatula or a serving spoon in there so it doesn't boil out. So my oil is hot. I'm just going to keep the temperature on medium. Cumin is something when I was teaching as well, people always have in the store cupboards and they would say, what should they do? And also be very careful, they might split up, so be very careful. So all I have is some cumin in there and a little bit of chili powder, a bit more salt. I'm going to take that off the heat. Oh, I love the smell of cumin. Do you guys like the smell of cumin? It's so beautiful. And some tomato puree. If you don't have tomato puree, you want to use fresh tomatoes, dice them, put it in. Or a little bit of tomato, tinned tomatoes is fine too. It's about 3 teaspoons of tomato puree in there. I'm going to stir that. See, if you have more spices like mustard seeds, nigella seeds, fennel seeds, you can add anything. If you have fresh herbs, you can add that to it as well, like fresh coriander, parsley, anything you like really. So in India, usually we'll have onions, ginger, garlic. The reason I'm showing you is a simple tarka for the dal. Okay? And I'm going to show and add a little bit of coriander, ground coriander powder. If you have seeds, you can ground it yourselves in your pestle and mortar. Or if you don't have pestle and mortar, you know the rolling pin to make the chapatis or roti or bread or whatever you're making, just do that and crush them. So this is done. This is practically done. And this is going to go once the dal is cooked. The dal won't take long to cook. So this paste is made. I'm going to take it off the heat and I'm going to add it. I'm going to bring back the dal from the agar and want to show you how quickly that is cooking. That won't take long. I'm going to put that here. See? Can you see that how? maybe 10 more minutes, or maybe under 10 minutes, this dal will be done. And I'm going to add that paste to it. So I'm going to put that back on the aga. I think it cooks quicker on the aga. So I'm going to put it back on there. And the gas, if you have gas cookers, so you do that on gas cookers. And so I honestly tell you, make it into batches, freeze it, label it, what's in it. And then once I had this ice cream box in the house, and I thought that was ice cream because I forgot to label it, and I was so excited to eat the ice cream, and then I saw it was like saag or something like that, which is green Indian coloured greens. That broke my heart. But I think I'm going to put this paste literally towards the end when the dal is cooked, and I'm going to get a bowl, get it ready to show you. Bowl. This is one of my friends who, they live in Shropshire. They make these beautiful bowls and plates. So I'm bringing it back on here, back to the heat, my heat. These induction hobs are amazing. They're a lifesaver for a lot of chefs and a lot of people at home as well. You know, this induction is so good because for my kids as well, when they were little, it was brilliant for them to use it. But now obviously the girls are teenagers, they're very capable. So I'm going to put this paste in there. So you can add ginger, garlic, anything you have, onions, spring onions, you know, anything, any different spices. I'm just showing you what's in the store cupboard of a lot of people at the moment. So I don't want to show something which you don't have and panic buying. This is why this program is all about not panic buying and using what you have in your cupboard. Sometimes you have these weird things in your cupboard and you don't know what to do. So I'm going to rinse this with a little bit. I've got some hot water here. I don't like wasting. I'm very Indian. We don't like wasting anything. So spread that all in there. Goes in there. Look. So there's no right or wrong way of Indian cooking. So people in India, every household cooks very differently. India is a big country. You have to understand they all make it, the spices stay same, they don't change, but the way of cooking changes, you know, from households to families, from every state. So I just want to, this is done. I'm going to switch that off. So how quick to make a dal? So I will emphasize again, you can use onions, ginger, garlic, whatever you have in your store cupboard, whatever you fancy. So I just wanted to show what was in my cupboard today. And also, where I'm born and brought up, the dal in Bengal is quite runny. So the dal in Punjab, where my parents are, they eat quite like thick dal, and a lot of my Gujarati friends, they eat dal very differently. The consistency of each state in India is very, very different. I quite like it runny, I quite like it soupy. If you want to make it more thick or stodgy, you can just add less water. And here we have red lentil dal, so easy and quick, under 30 minutes. But as I said before, make it according to your taste. And don't worry if you want it runny or thick or stodgy. And please, please do make it in batches. It's so, so simple and kids love it. You have lentils, you have rice. Nothing can go wrong. It's a bowl of comfort. It's the bowl of love, as my mom would say. If you want to see more of my recipes, you can log on to my website. There are some recipes there. And also, I have a book called Zyka, which you can buy. And if you haven't subscribed the channel, do go and subscribe it if you're not already subscribed it.